Some of the MBTI personality types appear to really feel more stress in general than other types. However, the types seem to really involve a complex interaction between their personality, the type of the stress, and maybe some unseen other factors. And stress related to work is generally caused or made worse simply by the activity itself. It simply refers to when a person perceives the work environment in such a way that his or her reaction involves feelings or an inability to cope. And this can really be caused by any perceived or real pressures. It's caused by deadlines, threats, and even anxieties within the work environment. It can also be caused by a lack of harmony for some personality types. Introverts were significantly higher than extroverts in experiencing stress, while perceiving were significantly higher in stress than judging. So how does financial stress affect your health? Honestly, financial stress affects your health, mental health, and physical health in so many ways. And these issues affect your home, your career, and it makes it feel impossible for you to be able to turn things around. Two of the most common effects of financial stress tend to be anxiety and depression. Within the MBTI preferences, those personalities that have a preference towards feeling tend to have a significantly higher occurrence of stress than thinking preference. Stress tends to be a normal reaction to changes and challenges, and especially when it comes to parenting. However, some stress is healthy, but too much is really overwhelming. Stress for parenting really begins in pregnancy and even earlier for people who have some reproductive issues. But by the time a child is born, no parent is immune from the stresses of their position as a parent. Within the MBTI preferences, feeling tends to be highly more stress-related than thinking preference. Stress is pretty much unavoidable in any intimate relationship or any relationship at all. However, intimate relationships such as marriage or a boyfriend or girlfriend can be particularly taxing, not just on a relationship, but on the person. While stress is unavoidable in relationships, it doesn't need to define it. And being aware of a correlation between personality type and stress related to intimate relationships can aid in reducing stress and managing it. A survey by the American Psychological Association found that nearly half of all teens, 45% of them, said that they were stressed by school pressures. Chronic stress can cause a sense of panic and even paralysis. Colleges are also seeing a generation of students who appear to be manifesting increased signs of depression and anxiety, perfectionism, which are all related to stress. Studies have found many health problems related to stress. Stress seems to worsen or increase the risk of conditions like obesity, health disease, Alzheimer's, diabetes, depression, and even gastrointestinal problems. Even asthma seems to be affected by stress. Sensing preferences have significantly higher instances of stress than intuition. Feeling have higher stress levels than thinking, and judging experiences higher stress levels than perceiving in regards to health. The demands on a person who is taking care of an elderly parent results in an amazing amount of stress, and if caregivers aren't careful, they jeopardize their own health and their own well-being. A study of family caregivers found that those who experience caregiving-related stress have a 63% higher mortality rate than non-caregivers. Sensing preferences have a significantly higher instance of stress in taking care of caring aging parents than intuition, and feeling has a higher instance of stress than thinking. Stress is also related to a balance between home and work life. And when your work life and your personal life are out of balance, the stress level soars. There was a time when the boundaries between work and home seemed to be fairly clear. However, this boundary rarely exists in today's world. In today's world, our sensing preference tends to have significantly higher stress levels than intuition. Feeling has higher stress levels than thinking. And within the balancing of home and work, judging has higher than perceiving.